I am Christie Martin, an executive recruiter and career coach. I work with Cameron Smith and Associates, which is recognized as one of the best executive search firms in the country. For more than 25 years, we have been a trusted talent resource for leadership roles in a variety of industries. We're based in Northwest Arkansas, and we have become a go-to within the retail and consumer goods industries. I want to share with you some resume tips that we recommend for candidates at every level. The resume sets the process in motion. It serves as an introduction and a first impression. If you're looking for a great job, you need a great resume. Your resume is your marketing brochure. Creating a resume makes us take stock of where we are, where we've been, and where we want to go. It is also a great preparation for interviewing. Here is an overview of the topics we will cover: the rules of resume writing, formatting your resume, your billboard or your executive summary, education, experience and accomplishments, your LinkedIn profile, and that your resume is always a work in progress. This image says a lot about the hiring process. Everyone will ask you for a resume. You are not the only one they will ask. Your resume is not just a formality. This is your introduction to your future employer. The purpose of a resume is to secure an interview. Your resume should show that you understand how the process works, know what hiring managers need to see, and can present that information in a professional and efficient manner. Good resumes all follow a few guiding principles. Everything must be true. You have to own every word. Review your resume carefully and be prepared to discuss every item in detail. Everything should be relevant. For each item you include, ask yourself, so what? Is it relevant? Will the reader understand what I'm trying to say? Sometimes you need to fill in a few details so the reader sees the relevance and impact of the statement. Also, information appears in order of importance. Don't assume the reader will make it to the end of the document. If something crucial is on page 2, consider mentioning it in your introduction. Here's a quick tip to keep in mind. On the first pass, most readers will scan your resume quickly, looking for key information. This will take less than 30 seconds. Don't be discouraged that you're spending days writing 2 pages that may not be read thoroughly. You know that the resume will be read quickly. Your assignment is to write a resume that is a quick read. Years ago, we surveyed the local chapter of HR professionals and asked what they liked and disliked about resumes they received and what advice they would give to applicants. One hiring manager wrote, "Don't blow smoke and waste my time." Of all the responses, this one summarized everyone's pet peeves. We use it as the overriding principle for resume writing. Another quick tip: this is not just about you. You're writing for hiring managers. Help them see quickly how your skills and experience intersect with their needs. Now about formatting. Contrary to what many people believe, there is no rule that your resume must be 1 page. Most of the resumes we receive are 2 pages. As for templates, you can find a lot of attractive resume templates online. We recommend choosing a straightforward design to ensure it loads smoothly into applicant tracking systems. Using a consistent style for headings, company names, job titles, and dates. It's okay to use color, bold, underline, capital letters, but don't go overboard. If you're updating your old resume, review the entire document after you've updated it to be sure the style is consistent throughout. Use a 10 to 12 point font with a font size or style that's easy to read. Anything smaller than 10 point can be an obstacle for readers. Larger fonts for the body of your resume can look overwhelming or elementary. Plan to send your resume as a Word document or a PDF. Quick tip: don't bold employment dates. Bold automatically draws the eye. There's no reason to highlight the dates, particularly if some jobs are brief. Save bold to highlight an award or a big win at work. The 5-5-2 rule. This trick is designed to make your resume more reader friendly. It's hard to read long paragraphs or long bullet lists quickly. We recommend a combination style for work experience using a brief paragraph for the job description, followed by a short list of bullet points for accomplishments. So here's the 5-5-2 rule. No more than 5 lines of text in a paragraph. No one reads long paragraphs in resumes. If your paragraph is too long, try to edit or find a place to break it into 2 short paragraphs. No more than 5 bullets in a list. A long bullet list is like a long paragraph. It's hard for a reader to scan it quickly. No more than 2 pages to a resume. Senior executives can keep their resume to 2 pages, and you can too. It's okay to compress your early career to a few lines. Save your references for a separate page to send later. Forward references after you and a company have established mutual interest. This is a courtesy to your references, and it allows you to signal them when you expect a call from the company. Now, let's get started drafting the resume. The easiest place to start is with your name. Put your name at the top in large, bold print. Include your personal email address, never a work email address. This address should be professional and be one that you check regularly. If your personal email address is not as professional as you would like, consider setting up a special one just for job applications. It's not necessary to include your home address, but do include your city, state, and zip code. Hiring managers aren't looking for every sales analyst in the country. They're looking for the ones within commuting distance of the job. So geography matters. Customize your LinkedIn profile if you're ready to include it on your resume. If the address of your LinkedIn profile has random letters and numbers at the end, you can streamline that link. Google customize LinkedIn URL. It takes just a few minutes to change, and you'll have a shorter, neater link to use on your resume and in your signature. Your billboard, or your executive summary, is the heart of your marketing brochure. It appears beneath the contact information, and it summarizes the value you bring to your next job. You can call this section a summary, or you can use a headline that announces the type of work you're targeting. If you're considering multiple paths, you can put additional terms in your headline or even a subheadline. In writing your summary, lead with facts. People often make subjective statements here, like excellent interpersonal communication, strong work ethic. These are valuable, but anyone can say these things. Lead with facts. Start your summary with the things that are true for you that not everyone can say. Experience in public relations and event planning, bachelor's degree, advanced Excel, conversational Spanish. After you list facts, then statements of soft skills carry more weight. The highlighted bullets are your chance to call attention to specific accomplishments. Readers expect to read more about them below to learn details and context. The core competency section is a list of keywords. It often appears as a table. These are industry-specific terms that relate to the work you're pursuing. You can find keywords for your job search by reading job descriptions. The job descriptions tell you what managers are looking for. If you have these skills and experience, be sure to include them in your resume and be prepared to discuss them in an interview. Where to put education on your resume depends on where you are in your career. Again, this is a marketing brochure. Are you a student or new graduate? You are marketing your education. Place the education section directly below your billboard. Further along in your career, then your focus changes and you're marketing your experience. Once you have some professional experience under your belt, your education belongs after your experience section. Starting with your highest credential, list the degree, school, location, and date. Newer graduates should include relevant coursework and academic projects. More seasoned workers can omit their graduation date. Even if you didn't graduate, we recommend including those college studies and being prepared to discuss them. Also include any licenses, certifications, relevant training, professional development, and technical skills. This example shows how a student can build out the education section with relevant coursework, projects, research, and activities. Each one of these bullet points is a story that invites discussion. Once you have been in the workplace for a while, the education section is streamlined to 2 to 3 lines, and professional experience expands to fill the space. Be sure you know how to state the degree you're receiving. Often people aren't sure. The title of the degree will either have an apostrophe S or of in the title, but never both. Here's some examples. Either associate's degree or associate of arts, bachelor's degree or bachelor of science, master's degree or master of business administration. A quick tip, it's crucial that however you state your education, there is never any confusion about whether or not you have graduated. The experience and accomplishments section. You start with your most recent job and work backwards. We often get the question, how far back should you go? One rule of thumb is 10 years or whatever is relevant. If your early jobs are not relevant, then it's okay to skip them or compress them into 2 to 3 lines. Remember the guiding principle, don't waste people's time. For each job, include the name of the company, the city and state where you worked, your job title, and the dates you worked there. There are 2 distinct sections for each job. The job description, this is what anyone does in that job, and your accomplishments, the things that are unique to your time there. Employers like to see accomplishments, not just what you did and how you did it, and the impact that you made. Here's an example of a sample job entry. In a short paragraph under the job title, describe the scope of your job and the duties. This is your basic job description, what anyone would do in that role. Beneath that paragraph, make a bullet list of a few projects or accomplishments that you would like to discuss. Making them easy to find, you invite the interviewer to ask you about your strengths and discuss examples of how you made a difference. You can use bold letters sparingly to draw the reader's attention to important information. Accomplishments equal results. Hiring managers like to see results. Now is the time to think through projects, stories, and examples you want to share during an interview. You can use the CAR approach. What was the challenge, the action, and the result of those projects or stories? Including specific examples in your resume builds confidence. And as you walk into an interview, you're being prepared to discuss the projects and examples that you want to share. For anyone launching a serious job search, LinkedIn is a valuable tool. Every HR manager and every recruiter in the country uses LinkedIn almost every day. When you receive a resume, they are going to look you up on LinkedIn. LinkedIn allows you to leverage the power of your network, the people you know and the people that they know, to help you connect with a person who's in a position to offer you a job. You can create a basic profile for free on LinkedIn. You start with an outline of your job history and education. You may choose to post a photo that looks positive and professional. A tip, including a photo, makes you 36 times more likely to receive a message on LinkedIn. Then you can start connecting with people. Think about people from past careers, past jobs, past education. These are a great start for connecting. Now you're able to network online and research people, jobs, and companies. More than 20 million companies have profile pages on LinkedIn. When you choose to follow companies, you'll be notified of their press updates and job postings. A quick tip: make sure that any content you post is accurate and appropriate for an online and public space. Be sure you're not including facts, figures, or data that a current or former employer would consider confidential. Your resume is always a work in progress. You're never finished writing, but at some point, you have to begin sending it out. Proofread and proofread some more. Read it aloud slowly and get at least one other set of eyes to read over it before you share it. For each job you apply to, you won't always be able to check every box for every qualification, but lead with your strengths and don't apologize for the experience you don't have yet. Be proactive at work, volunteer, be a lifelong learner. You are a work in progress. The time you invest in your resume is time well spent. You can't control the economy or the job market, but your resume is one piece of the job search that you can control. Every day at Cameron Smith and Associates, we get to help people improve their resumes, and we know the impact that can have. With a professional resume, people are more confident in their job search and better prepared to interview. At Cameron Smith and Associates, we strive for the best experience for our clients and candidates. We hope these tips help you in preparing a professional resume that markets your strengths and builds confidence for your job search and your interviews.